Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Ajay Shah, and I'm bringing you this daytime live, like I promised yesterday. We will be talking about nutrition every day for about 10 minutes. I'll be covering different questions. Yesterday, I did a nutrition on what is standard American diet. That video is already on YouTube. So if you have not watched it, please go ahead and watch it on YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel, and you should be able to watch it on YouTube. Today, we're going to cover some other topics. Uh, the first question, and these are the questions which came from the audience when we did our seminar with MOSME, and some of the questions are also asked online on our Facebook page, and some questions I also come out with myself. So the first question was, we keep talking about the whole food plant-based diet. What is whole food plant-based diet? So whole food plant-based diet essentially means eating fresh vegetables, all different types of vegetables, including cruciferous vegetables, allium family, like onions, garlic. Uh, those are the vegetables, both cooked and raw vegetables. And general recommendation is to eat about 1 pound of raw vegetables and 1 pound of cooked vegetables. Second thing in a whole food plant-based diet is adding fruits, at least 5 servings of fruits, all different type of fruits, berries, strawberries, apple, banana, orange, all different type of fruits. The third thing in the whole food plant-based diet is well-cooked beans and lentils. Actually, matter of fact, if you look at the blue zone diet where people live long, up to 100, happy and healthy, they always have a bean, about 1 to 2 cups every day in their diet. So third thing is the beans. Fourth thing is having a small amount of flax seeds or some type of seeds, up to about 1 to 2 tablespoons of flax seed. So this is a whole food plant-based diet. Raw and cooked vegetables, fruits, beans, and flaxseed. And the last thing in the whole food plant-based is intact grains. Intact grains. I will be recording another question as we go on what does it mean to be intact grains. Intact grains means grains like quinoa or barley. And there is a whole grain hierarchy where the best grains to eat are described. And this grain hierarchy concept has been well described by Brenda Davis. So again, if you have not listened to Brenda Davis on YouTube, please listen to Brenda Davis. She has some great videos on YouTube about nutrition, and she also has some great books. So again, let's repeat what is whole food plant-based diet. Whole food plant-based diet includes eating vegetables, raw and cooked, all different type of vegetables, eating 5 servings of fruits, all different type of fruits, eating 1 to 2 cups of beans, and having 1 to 2 tablespoons of flaxseed, and then having intact or whole grain like quinoa or barley. You can also have a whole wheat if you prefer, but whole wheat is second or third category in terms of the intact grain. You can also have oatmeal, that's also second category in the intact grain. So again, have those things as a whole food plant-based diet. If you realize that I did not include oil in this whole food plant-based diet, oil actually is a processed food. Oil is not a natural food. So again, oil is not considered part of whole food plant-based diet. Oil actually is very caloric dense. Oil almost packs about 4,000 calories per pound. So oil is actually very calorie dense. And in my opinion, oil probably is as equally bad for health as any meat dish or red meat even. Matter of fact, oil packs more calorie per pound than any animal product. So again, oil definitely should be avoided. Indian cooking has lots of oil that should be avoided or should be minimized as much as possible. I will have a separate question on what type of oil you should use if you want to use a very small amount of oil, but ideal thing is to avoid oil as much as possible. So again, this concludes our first question. What is whole food plant-based diet? Whole food plant-based diet. The next question was asked was, what is preload? What is preload? Preload is a concept where you actually eat something before your main meal or main course, and that's called preload. Preload means eating something before your main meal or main course. And this preload concept is very important because if you eat a certain type of preload, then you actually will eat less calories during your main meal or main course. So again, concept of preload is very important. For example, if you eat apple, which has about 75 calories, it will make you eat actually about 150 less calories at your main meal. So you actually have a negative calories from apple. Again, you have a negative calories from apple because when you eat one apple, you actually eat less calorie in your main meal. So having preload is very important. So what are the things you can eat in preload? You can eat a fruit with fiber. You can eat fruit with fiber like apple, or you can have a salad with fiber, or you can have a glass of water. Those are all some of the considered preloads. I highly believe in preload because whenever people have preload, they actually will eat less calories during their main meal. Matter of fact, if you are going to a party, you can also do preload at your own home by eating a salad or eating a fruit, eating an apple before going to a party, and you will eat less at the party itself. So people who have a regular preload, either a fruit or salad or vegetable or a big glass of water, they actually use less calorie in their main meal, and they actually end up in the long term losing weight. So again, preload concept is very important. Use preload. Always have some fiber-rich item before you eat your main meal. The key thing with the preload is that it has to have fiber or a glass of water. So again, preload concept is very important. Preload concept is very important. The next question was. Uh, what is the ideal body mass index? Next question was, what is ideal body mass index? So body mass index is a measure based on your height and weight, and you can calculate actually your body mass index, BMI, just from an online calculator. Very important that all of you know what your body mass index is. Body mass index about 30 is considered obesity. Body mass index about 25 is considered overweight. In America, about 42% of Americans are obese. So 42% of Americans have body mass index above 30. About 75 to 80% have body mass index above 25. That's obviously very alarming, very concerning. So again, you should know your body mass index. You should know your BMI. Body mass index below 25 is considered healthy, but in my opinion, ideally body mass index should be 22 or below. And for Asians and Indians like myself, body mass index probably should be 20 to 21. So people who live long, people who are centenarians, their body mass index typically is 22, 21. And if you look at the Japanese people in Okinawa who live up to 100 in blue zones, their body mass typically is between 20 and 21. So again, ideal BMI is below 25 in America, but in my opinion, that should be below 22 in America, and probably for Indians and Asians, it should be 20 to 21. So you should know your body mass index or BMI. The next question was, what is body fat percent? Again, people who are very muscular, sometimes their body mass index could be high because they weigh more, because muscle weigh more, and that's where body mass in the body fat percent measuring becomes important. You can measure body fat percent by simple handheld device, which uses impedance type method, and that can actually give you body fat percent. Any body fat percent about 25 is considered obese. You can actually go to a store like a Complete Nutrition. They also have very sophisticated machines to measure your body fat percent. You all should know your body fat percent if possible. Definitely know your body mass index, but if you are a very muscular person, then you should know your body fat percent. Because if that's the case, it's okay to have BMI of 26 or 27 and have a low body fat percent. At the same time, there is enough data that even people who are muscular, if their body mass index is about 27, 28, they still don't do well. So even having a high muscular body with a higher BMI is also considered not very healthy. So again, body mass index becomes very important. Most people don't need to measure body fat percent, but body fat percent is a fair thing if you want to measure it. Ideally, you should know your BMI. Again, BMI below 25 or BMI below 25 is ideal, but below BMI below 22 is optimal. The next question was, this is the last question for today. The next question was, should we walk after a meal? This concept is very important. Actually, I learned this concept from Dr. Kelly, one of the lifestyle physician guru. He actually says that your meal is not complete until you have walked half an hour after a meal. So when you walk after a meal, it prevents a sugar spike, it prevents an insulin spike, and ideally everybody should walk after a meal. Matter of fact, I walk after my meal pretty much every day. At work, after my lunch, I walk 15 to 20 minutes. And at home in the evening, at dinner, I walk at least 1 hour after my meal. So again, walking after a meal is a very important thing. I'm not asking to jog or run. I'm not asking to brisk walk. I'm just asking to walk just at a moderate pace after a meal. If you do that, your sugars will be under control, your insulin will not spike, less chance of obesity, less chance of developing prediabetes and diabetes. So again, walking after a meal is something I highly recommend, and you all should be walking after a meal. So this concludes our today's nutrition talk. This talk will be on YouTube probably by late today. So watch on YouTube, share with your friends. We will bring another nutrition talk tomorrow. I have about 250 questions. We'll answer about 3 or 4 questions every day. So you will have a next about 40 or 50 days of every day of nutrition talk. And all this will be on YouTube. Share with your friends, invite your friends and family to like our page, subscribe to our channel, share our YouTube videos with your friends, and also get on the Instagram. We post on Instagram every day about various recipes, various food pictures. So again, join the movement, be healthy, be happy with this COVID-19, possibly second wave coming. Be careful, wash your hands, wear your mask, make sure you have a social distancing, and go out only absolutely necessary. Thank you and have a good afternoon.